Alrighty, friends there, hello and hello, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I am your host, Ramindi. So as you can see, we are starting to make a progress. We has 7 by 7 here for the frontal. As I've told you all along, I think 9 by 9 is going to be a good finisher for that, but I need many more of the components. And in order to get the components, I guess we're just going to have to give some of this stuff time. We also has a plan for this guy up here, how we're going to worry about those components, but unfortunately, I'm not quite there yet. We're not quite at the point where I could worry about that. So, so very excited. What we're going to do right now is I'm going to start to show you how we incorporate the small ships into the large ships, and we're going to do that hopefully with a little bit of planning, but ultimately it is my hope that this will be a nice mesh. We're going to use these two cargo containers. There's a reason we have put him here at the front of the ship. There's a good reason we have done that. Now in here you see that those lights were not lighting up all of that very much, so we're also going to play around with them, I think, a little bit. I'll show you how to change what we do. But the big thing I must do first is we need to go get my builder ship back, so I need to pop into the builder. While we're here, let's go ahead and collect the things that have been produced. I'm running a little bit short on the interior plates, and then obviously I'm always going to be in need of the construction components. The big problem there is that they take forever, and I mean forever, to produce. So yeah, that runs into problem. The other thing I need to be cognizant of is I only has 100,000 of the iron left. I went and mined 200,000 of the iron ores. I only have 100,000 of it left, and I have not even produced all of that much stuff. So yeah, so much to do. So the very first thing I told you, I just wanted to come get my my builder ship ready to go here, so we kind of move him around. And now really the very next thing we're going to do is we're going to move some of the things from the platform here. We're going to go get this thing here. So I'm going to keep an eye. I'm already at full inventory, so we're going to come back over here now with this guy. What I want then is I'm going to move my medical station. I'm going to stick the medical station here. So there's my medical room. We're going to put it here into the part of the ship here that we kind of consider to be, at least for our purposes, the part of the front part of the ship here, where we are going to control everything. Now, I was unaware that there was a little door on the medical station. I'm not entirely sure what we need that door for, but pretty much what we're going to do is we're just going to set the medical guy a little bit back here. I think this is not really quite where I want him. So I think what we actually do, now that I have everything here, we're going to pull out the gray again, and we're just going to go ahead and build a little bit of this. We're just going to come out just a little bit with this guy here. You go away. So let's come back. So here we go, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you think one more time? Yeah, I think one more time. I agree with you. Okay, so here we staged the builder ship, so I could go pop into him. And now if I aim him right, we can do this, I think, in 2 moves. So while he does that, I get a little coffee here. Ah, it's good. So there's one move here. We can do the second move with this guy. Yep, there we go. I like it. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I like that. I like it that. I like it that. Okay, cool. So let's pop out of him then. I tell you what, we're going to have little where to walk in here. So I think that right there. Unfortunate that the engine gets in the way, but right there is where we're going to kind of build what our wall is eventually. Is that really where I want him? No, I don't think that is. I don't think that is quite right. No, I do not. I don't agree with it all of a sudden, so we go break them apart. What if I want a walkway of 2? If I want a walkway of 2, that means this ends up looking like this here. And now the medical station that we talked about just a moment ago, let's go get him. There he is number 8. Let's go ahead, we'll make, you know, medical things tend to be white, so we go ahead and we just make that white, just like that. I'm not sure if that is upright or not upright. We maybe take a look at that. Maybe it doesn't matter. Does it not matter, you think? Well, now that says we have medical bay, medical something or another, so actually I think this right here, that seems to work out okay. And conveniently we're close to the builder ship, but I need to do this because I am the one carrying manually this guy across the way. So we now come back and get a little bit more. We watch the volume down there. This time I'm just going to be able to carry him over. You hear the assemblers, they can get fairly loud, which, not going to lie to you, that does get annoying. More often than not, that does get annoying. So here we go. Awesome, we have exactly what we need. That is kind of shocking. Not really. We should have exactly what we need. So there we go. Now we have our medical room built here onto our ship as well. So let's just pop into this guy real quick. And let's go ahead and let's just finish this wall. And then I show you what we're going to do here. On the rest of this, I show you what we're going to do. So I like a little bit of glass, so that's what we're going to put here on the front. I do have this bad habit of building things that are kind of in squares, and because this is a mining ship, I'm not going to worry about that a whole heck of a lot, since everything has to fit in that square anyway. But I'm aware, yes, I know that that is a weakness of mine. I am aware of that weakness. So I think what we do here real fast, I don't know why I have a little door onto this guy, but we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to run some of the pipes. The pipes, I think they will run just like that. So let's get this at number 5 so that he can do a turn. Yeah, I like that. That's just fine. And yeah, we run. We just leave them like that here for the moment. I guess that'll work fine. Okay, so what I need then, I told you we was going to do a little bit of the glass work. So I have a 2x3 window. There's an inverted 2x3 window. What that means is just the way, when you look at the window, the way it is going to face. So if I come out here and let's say I try to build this window, let's say I try to build the window right here, it tells me I need some girders, so I go get some girders over here. Where did my ship go? There you are. There you are, you right here. So let's, no, I don't want to go into the guy. I can access you through here. So there we go. Let's, we bring over just a couple girders. I don't really need all that many. We do 10 of them, say. But what I did that for is we just really need to be able to look at the window. I'm curious about, you know, which way he's going to face. So if I spin him around, you notice that this is all of a sudden going to be fairly opaque out here. And that's kind of what we want. That's kind of the goal for this guy, is we do want him to be fairly opaque. So here's the second window, and now the third one, you see, is only going to be a 2x3, but conveniently we have a 2x3 flat window here as well. So we go get him. Now we just have to flip him around until we get the right orientation for him, which apparently is more difficult than I was prepared for. I'm convinced I got the 2x3 to carry down, so this one ought to be the 2x3 window, huh? I'm not doing very good. Oh, there we go. Is this? No, I need to rotate. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's our window, and now we go hop into the builder. Hopefully I has enough of the girders and also enough of the silicons that we can go ahead and make this guy a reality. 1 window, 2 window, and here I guess is 3 window. Now I'm curious about what was trying to be built over here. Something just tried to build. But whatever, that's fine. So we hop out, we get out to this guy, and now, so you see it's fairly opaque here on the outside. The goal with this is from the inside I'm going to be able to see quite clearly, which as you can see is true. I can see very nicely out there. So here's kind of what our control bunker is going to look like then. There's some other things we're going to put in here, but for right now this is just kind of the walkway into where we're going to actually fly the ship. I tell you what, I want to go and actually look at what we have going on here. So let's pop in. Let's see how we do in terms of the battery with this guy. He's going to be filled up in about an hour. That's pretty good. So yeah, we pop back out now. Okay, so that is half of what we wanted to do with this episode. I wanted to get that window built on there so you can see. The other half of this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the back side of this guy. Now, obviously, the builder himself, the little the builder ship, he is kind of a little square, and so we have to be careful how we attach him onto the bigger ship. But for the original mining ship over there, it's actually a fairly easy task to accomplish. And what we're going to start off with then is we want to start off with the connector. And we're just going to put the connector right here onto the guy like that. So let's go. I took the builder ship a little too far away. That is alright. We flip on, and now we're just going to come in here and build onto that connector. Easy enough. Easy enough. And now I tell you what I do is I actually am going to come over here and just build these while I think about it. We're just going to build these guys on. Yeah, easy enough. Easy enough, just like that, easy enough. Okie dokie. So let's turn off the things before I get out. Now I am going to go ahead and put another connector right here. We go ahead and build him. And I tell you why we do that in just a moment here. But first, let's go ahead and just build the guy on. There we go. Okay. And now what I want to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and seal in, more or less that's what we're going to do, is just seal in some of what's going on here. So let's pop back over, let's get some of the armors, and now let's just go get this by default. Because this guy was turning kind of rapidly, this is where I would be interested in coming back to get some of those guys out of the ways. And what I want here is just a nice little area of the light armor blocks. So we're just going to go back and forth like this just a little bit. As you see, we just encompass what we do here. Under this guy, actually, I'm going to go ahead and finish this to see how many of the plates. I only has 88 of the plates, so we go get a couple hundred of those guys. Oops, that's not what I wanted. That's okay. Let's pop in. Let's get some of these plates. Let's bring over, let's say 300 of them. No, not that many plates. Let's bring over that many of them. Just so as we go along here, so as we go along underneath this guy, I can go ahead and just collect like this. Easy enough. One more of these right here. And that ought to do us, I think, for right now. So here we go. We finish putting the plates on. This is where I want them, like this. And now we go across the top up here. Like that. And right here in the middle we go ahead and finish up. So good, there we go. There are some of the plates. Come back here. We're just going to real quickly go ahead and weld these guys on. Should not take us very long, I don't think, the light armor blocks. I don't think they're going to take out that long for us to go ahead and fix. That seems to be accurate so far. Let's go here. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so what we do then, what I am ultimately interested in doing is, this was a fairly simple and easy way. I'm going to go ahead and get our builder ship out of the way. This was a fairly simple and easy way to just go ahead and get one of our ships to be attached. So let's go here. So let's go with landing gear. We're going to unlock the landing gear. That was this guy right here that I just unlocked. So let's go ahead. Let's pop into what we have going on. We're going to flip our engines on. And now we're going to just kind of fly around over here to the side. Yeah, so this guy, since he's fairly flat, this is going to be an easy endeavor to go ahead and get him attached on to the ship right here. So we just kind of float in. We'll come on down to here. we go and we get close to this guy. And I overshot him just a little bit. That's okay. There we go. And so now we are locked on to the ship. And so that was a fairly simple task, I think. Very easy task. I like that. Now if I wanted to try and be fancy with this thing, what I would do is I would rotate him around like this. And that way, if I really wanted to, I need to come back forward just a little bit. Let's get the orientation just right. There we go. So now I could actually fit two of these guys onto here if I really wanted to. But for the moment, he is locked on. I am now attached. And you're starting to see why I find it so important that we name everything appropriately. That's why I want to do all of the naming with all of my blocks and everything. So even though he is kind of a square for right now, this is something we're just going to have to deal with. What I do later is I'll probably go through this guy and we will start just kind of making some corrections to him. In fact, we can start to do that right now a little bit. Video not quite long enough to post, so very end of this guy here for the episode, what we do, we just do a little bit of aesthetic work right along here. Now obviously that at the front we're going to leave, but for right now I think we just go ahead, we take one of these blocks, I'm going to rotate him around, there we go, and now we go ahead and we add a slope. Now there are some new blocks. I just added some new blocks literally today, but we're not going to look at them just yet. Oh my, this is heavy armor block. I don't want a heavy armor block right there, I don't think. Maybe I do. Whatever. We go ahead, add him. That sounds fine to me. We add him. Hopefully I has enough of the steel plates to go ahead and do this. There we go, there we go, there we go. One more of these guys. Oh no, I do not have enough plate. Not enough of the plate. Well, that's okay. So, the last thing I want to do before I go ahead and leave this guy here, the reason yeah, see, there we go, I turned the engines off. That's why I always group together my engines so that when they are attached onto something, we're not fighting each other, and he can just kind of sit there nicely now. So yeah, here we go. We pop it. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, actually. That's just fine. That's actually just fine. We just fly over here now and we finish what we had going on with this. Quick, good. Okie dokie, so I tell you what, I think that is enough for this episode here. We come back, we'll do another one. We're going to start working on this back part right here. I'm going to start building the rest of what we do with the ship. Is very exciting. So yeah, I see you here in just a moment.